Field, the A at Alabama, as we welcome you to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Another huge crowd expected for Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Johnnies from St. John and the Crimson Tide. From the capstone here in Tuscaloosa, Sewell Thomas Stadium is the scene, and we look at the left side of the bracket, and, well, we're just waiting one more. North Carolina and Southern Cal going at it right now to determine who will be the 4 teams in that pod in Omaha beginning next week. Meanwhile, on the right side, we got some things to be determined, who will close it out today and who will need a Game 3 to do so. We are one of those. Alabama and St. John's coming your way here in a matter of moments. It looks like Georgia may be the first team in on this side of the bracket. They are up a couple of runs in extra innings. Meanwhile, last night, Alabama, boy, it was a show for the Tide. They just put it all together on both sides. They had 11 hits, 8 runs, and produced when it mattered most. And Justin LeBron, their star, doing Justin LeBron things. And Tyler Fay doing what he has done all season long. 7 1/3, just 2 hits, 9 strikeouts as he blanks St. John's 8-0. Dave Neal alongside former Florida State Seminole and big leaguer Devin Travis. Glad you could join us. And here we are, Game 2. And I guess the big question is, who's got the pressure today? What is this one all about?
I think the pressure today is all on St. John's. Alabama here at home, 1 win away from headed back to Omaha. They're going for a kill shot today, and I think on the flip side, it just simply was not St. John's day yesterday. They did not play their brand of baseball. You got to have a short memory in baseball. Less than 24 hours, we're back at it today.
Well, Alabama has had a star for the last 3 seasons now in Justin LeBron since he set foot on this campus. Not maybe the season he wanted from a number standpoint, but we are seeing a really good Justin LeBron right now.
And it's the Justin LeBron that was expected coming into this season. You can throw out all the regular season stuff. You get to the postseason, May, everything's starting to fire up a bit. And look at his numbers. You need your stars to show up in the biggest moments if you want to make a late run into the postseason. And you see right there those numbers, big reason why for Bama.
Well, St. John's left that Tallahassee Regional just feeling really good about where they are and where they were. As a matter of fact, they didn't even go home. They came right here to Tuscaloosa after winning in Tallahassee. But they might have left their offense back in Tallahassee. They got to get it going up top.
They do, and I think that you got to really tip your cap to Tyler Fay. But the top of the order, this is the engine to this club, and 0 for 12. 8 strikeouts, 9 total last night. It's chaos for this offense. It's traffic. It's runners in scoring position. Moving guys, just 7 base runners yesterday. It all starts with the top here today.
Yeah, they've been much better all season. Rough night last night. They'll see if they can get it going. The Johnny fans are here ready to go. So are the Crimson Tide faithful. We'll have lineups when we return. Alabama Crimson Tide. This is the lineup, the same one last night that produced those 8 runs on 11 hits. Fowler and LeBron at the top, Brady Neal in the 3-hole. But it's really Eric Hines and Brennan Holt. You got a freshman and a fifth-year senior that if they can get it going like they did last night, this is dangerous.
Yeah, we already know about the stars for this lineup. Back of the lineup, middle of the lineup, that's the key.
First pitch to Fowler, a ground ball out to shortstop. Mansour there to make the play, and really one pitch and one out. And Evan Chafee, who has stood on this mound before, getting the baseball today, the one-time Alabama Crimson Tide pitcher as a freshman in 2023, redshirted, didn't pitch, but obviously a lot of inter-squad games and familiar with this environment. It's his ball today.
He's a fun one to watch work. He's a bulldog. He comes right at you. It's sinking action down in the zone with the fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. As you see right there, that's the go-to pitch. Against these right-handed hitters, I think the key for Alabama today, they're hunting elevation. You got to push them up in the zone. You got to think about hitting the ball the other way. For Chafee, he wants to live down.
That one's fouled straight back. 1-1 the count to Justin LeBron, who yesterday we got a glimpse of what he does defensively, and certainly the way he swung it last night. You can see why he is such a highly sought-after college prospect.
And he just looks free. That's the best way to describe it. He's a guy that's just out there playing the game of baseball. All the pressures that came with being a potential first-round pick coming into this season. And when you think about getting to the postseason, you go ahead and just say, you want to know what? My numbers are my numbers. Let's go play to win.
Swing and a miss, and LeBron goes down. Chases one up around the letters for out number 2.
There's the four-seam fastball. It's sinker when it's down. Four-seam fastball up. Good sign for St. John's early. That fastball up to 92 miles per hour.
And now Brady Neal, the Alabama catcher, the veteran, the 4th-year senior out of Tallahassee, Florida. If it wasn't for Brady, they wouldn't be perhaps right here, right now, playing in this game after his extra inning 3-run homer against Oklahoma State in the regional, and did it after dislocating a finger. Trainer came out, put it back in place, grabs a bat, and boom.
So that's Brady Neal and John Lim, both guys with finger issues and both guys just raking in the postseason.
That one is in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Brady doesn't like it. Brady behind the plate will be there the rest of the postseason for Alabama. As you mentioned, John Lim, who had been kind of alternating behind the plate with Brady Neal, broke a finger on a foul ball in the regional last weekend, but can still swing a bat, so we'll see him in the DH role. I said it yesterday, talk about having like a golden parachute in the postseason. You turn to Brady Neal to be your everyday catcher. He came out of high school as the top or number 2, depending on where you look, catcher in the country. He went to LSU for 2 years and is now in his 2nd season with Alabama.
Head coach Rob Vaughn says he is the best defensive option behind home plate, so it worked out perfect.
And a called strike 3. Brady turns around and looks at our home plate umpire, Jeff Wright. He'll have to get his gear on and head back, and he'll get to talk to Jeff again when he comes back on the field. But a great start for St. John's and Evan Chafee here, the top half of the 1st inning. Back in a moment. There's a look at the St. John's Red Storm lineup. They come into this one 36-25, won the Big East regular season and tournament titles, and of course went to Tallahassee and won that regional to get here. Adam Agresti in the middle of that lineup. He did his part yesterday, but needs a lot of help today.
He sure does. He's the go-to guy for this club. It's big-time juice. 19 homers on the year, 4 hits in the NCAA tournament, 3 of them for extra bases. None bigger than that big grand slam in Game 3 down in Tallahassee. They need the boys to show up today, though. It all starts at the top of the lineup.
Well, Zane Adams going to get the baseball, the 6'4" left-hander out of Porter, Texas, Porter High School. He has been in this role all season long. Matter of fact, this rotation for Alabama, and one of the few teams in the country that have gone the same route every weekend.
It's a beautiful thing to have, and it's ultra important in the postseason pitching. That's where everything starts with Zane Adams. It's 4 quality pitches, and I mean quality. The fastball, ton of life. Slider, curveball. It's more curveball than slider. Change up to righties. It's big time stuff. Watch out for the glove side command. That's fastballs into righties and away to lefties. It's a big key today.
And he has been really good at giving Alabama quality starts, 5-6 innings. It is pretty much almost a guarantee that he's going to get you through there. St. John's hopes they can kind of break up that routine today. They'll need to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, at the plate today.
I couldn't agree more, and they have to be ready for the big-time fastball.
Yeah.
The breaking stuff, the spin, the changeup. It's a tough pitch to get to against Zane Adams. Got to be ready to go from pitch 1.
Just from the get-go last night, Faye strikes out the first 3 batters he faces in the top of the first, and they just never felt comfortable after that. And here is a guy that, if he gets comfortable, can change things around. John LaGrande, the senior, 323 on the year. Of course, last night 0 for 4 with those 3 strikeouts. Pops this one up, shallow center field. Fowler charges in, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Big key today against St. Adams for these St. John's hitters. It's some angle. So it's into the right-handed hitters, away from the lefties. I think they're hunting elevation out over other righties. And the lefties, they're looking for pitches to start close to them. They're thinking big part of the field.
Jader Rafestanger, the St. John's third baseman, steps in there. He's had a really solid year at the plate. 331 with 3 homers and 49 runs batted in out of Great Barrington, Massachusetts. His 3rd year with St. John's.
Steady in that 2-hole, 333 against lefties.
And that one misses. You saw the weather conditions a moment ago pop up on your screen. It is a humid day here and very warm. There have been pop-up showers all around us. Even pushed this back an hour, hoping to avoid potential rain. So we'll see if we can keep doing the dance. You just keep doing what you're doing over there, Devin.
Yes, sir.
It's working.
I'm on it, baby.
1-2 the count to Rafestanger.
Rafestanger, 3 strikeouts yesterday. All on fastballs right at the catcher's mask. Looking to shorten up here. You see him choking up a bit. You got to think short swing on top of the ball.
Slaps this one just foul. Rafestanger leads the team in batting average. 2nd team all Big East performer this year.
Just steady in that 2-hole. It's the 1-2 guys that are setting up for the big year for the guys behind them. McMillan, Agresti, ton of RBIs. It's these guys that create that traffic.
It was 1st team all Big East last year after hitting over 350 with 74 hits. Did he go? No swing. Oh, nice take there by Rafestanger.
It's going to be big. St. John's yesterday. Those marginal pitches, they did a nice job early on in the ball game laying off them. Tyler Faye was just absolutely dialed in, worked ahead the entire game. But those pitches against these tough pitchers and guys like Zane Adams, you got to be able to lay off.
Fouls off another one. You were in Tallahassee last week, and you watched these guys do that a lot.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
It truly looked like they had the pitches from the pitcher. I mean, they were absolutely locked in to their approach. And head coach Mike Hampton said yesterday, it seemed like we just left our approach early.
Yeah, said he didn't follow what they talked about all week. Swing and a miss. Rafe Stanger didn't realize that Brady Neal had lost the baseball, and Brady finds it in time and throws down to first for the strikeout.
And nasty one there. First strikeout of the day. That's the big curveball. Starts where he wants it, dives down late. Zane Adams looks sharp.
Zane Adams now with 91 strikeouts in 82 innings. Walked just 27 batters this year. Opponents hitting .264 against Zane. As Sean McMillan now, the sophomore out of Freeport, New York, strolls up into the batter's box. 6'3", 210. Another young man that was second team All Big East for St. John's. Last year as a freshman was named a freshman All-American. He hit .328 and led St. John's with 9 home runs and 45 runs batted in.
It's a nice sequence right there. Fastball dotted away, changeup right off of it. Changeup's the go-to pitch against right-handed hitters. Way ahead here. Got a power guy at the plate. That there is a ton of swing and miss.
Misses 1 and 2. McMillan had a 20-game hit streak earlier this year. Matter of fact, last night broke a 23-game on-base streak.
Changeup you saw right there. Scary combos. Changeup to something that's biting into righties. Looking for a fastball or back to the changeup.
Oh, that one catches Brady Neal. He got that off the end of the bat.
Catchers. I do not know how they do it.
Ooh.
Ouch. That bruise will take up the whole leg here in about an hour or so.
Oh, just missed off the plate. Good take by McMillan. McMillan 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts last night. Fouls that one into the seats.
Thinking and facing a guy like Zane, it's all about swing decisions and approaches. And so far early on in this ball game, most of the swing decisions have been good. Trying to find a way to get that pitch count up, sitting at 15. Tyler Fay yesterday, super effective. That big length really hurt St. John's. Looking to extend the inning with 2 outs.
Tries to go inside, and that one misses. It's 3-2 as the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here.
Yep, nice job.
Zane Adams has got to be going, what do I got to do to get this guy out?
Right. He's seen it all. Fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. Doing a nice job fighting those pitches off. It's so frustrating for a pitcher. You make your pitch, you foul it off. Important though, cannot give in. You got a power guy at the plate. St. John's needing some early confidence here. Big pitch on the way.
Another one into the net.
Vintage.
What's the mind game like right now if you're at the plate?
Well, as a hitter, you're just having a ton of fun. You know, you're saying, hey, if I can foul off his fastball down the right side and I have a way to foul off that changeup, here's a hitter, you're just hoping for a mistake, but he's locked in. He's got that zone completely under control.
See if Adams can make him second guess. Another foul ball.
This is awesome and confidence for the St. John's club right now. It wasn't a lot of long at-bats yesterday, but he's putting on a clinic right now of what the approach should be against Zane Adams. Big key, though, you're late on a fastball there. Cannot speed up. Go ahead and just trust your hands. That fastball's being hit right there. Anything soft, you have the whole field to play with.
Let's see if he goes back with another fastball here. The 11th pitch of the at-bat. He fouls that one off his foot. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is what I watched all last weekend.
Yes.
All last weekend. 12th pitch of the at-bat. He just keeps fighting.
And he has gotten this pitch count up to 20 now.
Man.
At the knees, got him looking. Zane Adams wins an epic battle to get off the mound. The tag heading to the dugout. Well, the Crimson Tide went down 1-2-3 in the first, but this is an offense that has really found something. They have been at the bottom of the SEC almost all year in offensive categories, but something's going on with them right now. What's happening with Alabama offensively to kind of flip the script a little bit?
No, I think they're just excited here for the postseason. They've done a nice job. If you stick with your approach long enough throughout a season, you'd like to believe that one day it's just going to flip. And the switch is just going to go, bam, here we are. And they've really figured out, you think about the pitching that they have behind them, and having some offensive support like this, dangerous club.
Well, Chafee got through the first with a ground out and back-to-back strikeouts. The top three in this lineup, Fowler, LeBron, and Neal. And now you'll face Torres, Lim, and Eric Hines. That ball shot out to right center, and it's going to drop in there. Couple hops up against the wall. Torres around first, and he'll wind up with a stand-up double to start the second for Alabama.
Yeah, first mistake of the day by Chafee, a breaking ball up in the zone. That's where they're hunting. You had a power guy at the plate in Jason Torres, and he just fires a shot out into right center field. First leadoff man on for the day for Alabama.
And that'll take us to John Lim. The designated hitter. Went 1 for 4, scored a couple of runs last night. List this one to left, and that's going to get into foul territory and out of play.
That ball just kept going.
Again, the wind blowing in again today. It was a little bit more left to right. Now it looks like it's almost straight in, if anything, right to left, which obviously going to force that ball we just saw.
Yep.
Out of play, but going to be tough to get one out of here. We saw a couple balls barreled up yesterday that were shy of the warning track.
Yeah, we sure did.
This was the only super regional that did not have a home run yesterday. Ground ball over to third. Rafe Stanger plays that well. That'll be out number 1.
They're trying to pull something to the pull side. Nice job over at third base, checking the runner. And how about the shortstop, Mansour, on a hop, getting to third base to protect Jason Torres, taking that free bag that was left open.
By the way, congrats to the Georgia Bulldogs as they're moving on to Omaha. They had extra innings to get past Mississippi State. That one wrapped up just a few moments ago. Georgia hit 21. There were 21 total home runs in 2 days in that super regional between Mississippi State and Georgia. 21.
That has to be a fun place to hit.
Yeah, sorry you missed that one on the way. It was we talk about stars. Of course, Eric Hines at the plate has the potential to be one of those stars. This young man is super talented. But Daniel Jackson, extra innings, the star, perhaps Golden Spikes. That might have maybe put him over the top. 2-run homer in extra innings to give Georgia the win.
Real stars show up in those big moments.
Eric Hines, awkward swing, 2-1.
It's just a young freshman right there in the 2-0 count. Super aggressive. They take advantage of it. You got an open base with a lefty behind you and Brennan Holt, who's really struggled against left-handed hitters this year. As a guy in Hines, you're just attacking elevation, looking for a pitch just in your zone.
By the way, Eric Hines has moved up to 3rd on this team in batting average behind Neal and Fowler, 2 savvy veterans. And here's the freshman, came into this one hitting .296.
Expect him to play much this year. They let him go, and freshman shining.
Now it's full 3-2.
And that is going to be the key pitch today for Chafee. That fastball in underneath the hands of a righty. Cannot let these righties lean out over the plate.
Off the fist down the line, and that's going to be foul. We'll do it again.
Once again, well located. If you're going to go in at just 89 miles per hour, you got to make sure you jam in underneath his hands. He did.
Eric Hines at 6'3", 230 pounds. Little slow ground ball. Torres will have to stay at 2nd. Throw across the diamond from Rob Mansour is a good one. That's 2 down.
He's found a way to get that fastball. Once again, that's 3 in a row. Jamming it in underneath the hands when behind in the count. It's a big key. It's just 89 to 92, so it's not a big flowing fastball, which kind of emphasizes the point. When you throw that fastball, you must be able to execute and locate. Good sign for Chafee.
Brendan Holt had a big night last night. The grad student transfer out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, anchoring 2nd base. Two for 4, couple of RBIs. Ground ball to the right side. This time they'll test Aiden Fry. Underhand scoop is good. Leadoff double by Jason Torres goes for naught. Excellent work from Evan Chafee on the mound for the Johnnies. Back at Sewell Thomas Stadium here in Tuscaloosa, moving to the bottom of the second inning. The Johnnies down 1-0 in this series, trying to stay alive. And if they're going to do that, this guy's going to be a big part of it, I would assume. Adam Agresti, their catcher, their leader. They only had 7 base runners yesterday against Alabama, and this guy was on base 3 of those 7 times.
He was fantastic and continuing his hot streak. 19 homers, 54 RBIs, just 9 home runs last year. Talk about freeing up and just playing the game and having some fun. Having a great year. They need him big time today.
First team All Big East and the Tallahassee Regional Most Valuable Player. 6'3", 235 out of Yorktown, New York. Has been great, not just at the plate, but certainly behind the dish as well. He's thrown out 33% of the runners that are trying to steal bases.
Complete player.
He's hitting .327 against left-handed pitching with 3 homers. Right-handed pitchers is where his power is. 16 of his 19 home runs coming from against right-handed pitchers.
I think a big reason for that last weekend in Tallahassee, they were really jamming him with the lefties. In Florida State, they were trying to go in underneath his hand with that angle cut. The righties' balls normally are running away, and that's where big power guys like to get extended and drive the ball.
That one misses down from Zane Adams. Zane had to work hard in that first inning. 12 pitches to get out the 3-hole hitter, Sean McMillan. Fouls that one straight back.
During the press conference, they said they're looking to get on that fastball. They felt like they left their approach. You get a guy that throws 95, you have to respect the fastball at all times, especially with 2 strikes. Just hope your eyes let you pick up that spin to lay off those pitches that are in and out of the zone.
Here's LeBron, gobbles that up across the diamond, high throw, but the tag is made by Luke Vaughn. Agresti spins and hits the deck. Let's hope he's all right.
Scary sight for the Johnnies, but a nice job by Vaughn right there, pulling himself off the bag. Good decision. Left foot goes to the ball on a tag, and scary. Like that left foot just missing the bag.
Well, that'll take us to Will Cowan, the designated hitter, hitting in the 5-hole today. Hey, thanks, Chris, and welcome. Sewell Thomas Stadium here in Tuscaloosa. Dave Neal alongside former Seminole and big leaguer Devin Travis. So glad you could join us. Game 2 of this 3-game series underway. Not much has happened. We have seen both pitchers battle through the first inning and a half. Alabama last night put on a show. I mean, they were just so balanced in every facet of the game. They won 8-0, 11 hits. And it was a fantastic night for Tyler Fay, who went 7 1/3, struck out 9, and gave up just 2 hits. St. John's, according to their head coach Mike Hampton, just didn't play St. John's baseball. He was really frustrated that that's how they came out in game 1. You could tell it in his post-game comments last night, and he knows they were better than that.
Yeah, they're a team that's defended well all year. 2 errors, minimal traffic, just 7 base runners. But an opportunity today to have a short memory and respond, and sometimes that can be very, very beneficial for a club. You get beat 8-0, you feel like everything's going wrong. You've won another opportunity to do it again. Less than 24 hours later, we're here.
Won the Big East regular season championship, then went on and won the Big East tournament title. Then went down to Tallahassee and rolled through that regional, beating Florida State twice to get here to the Supers against Alabama. Zane Adams on the mound for the Crimson Tide. Gets Will Cowan for out number 2 here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, 3rd strikeout, second looking, both looking on that fastball that is just absolutely dotted down, in, on the black, and yep, just crossed the knee. Nice pitch. You look sharp. The glove side fastball for both of these pitchers, it's huge. I believe that we live in an era today where you used to be able to just think the other way with left-handed pitchers, but they throw extremely hard today. I think the thought process is out front. You think more to the pull side. It protects against the slider and big curveball.
Here's Aiden Fry, the junior. Johnny's second baseman, hitting .228. No homers and 19 runs batted in. For this St. John's team that got off to a really slow start this year. They were 1-10 out of the gates. Then they went on a tear. 35-14 coming into this super after that slow start. They had an 8-game winning streak snap last night. That one is gloved over there at third by Torres. Spins and fires, and good defense from the Crimson Tide. Hey, when we come back, we will visit with the man who's running the show at St. John's. Mike Hampton grabs a headset in a moment. See some of the St. John's fans in attendance here at Sewell Thomas Stadium, hoping their club could even up this series and force a game 3. And the guy that really hopes it is in the dugout with the headset right now, Mike Hampton. Hey, Coach, thanks for joining us. And I sensed a lot of frustration last night from you. I thought you handled the press conference well, but I could tell that it was frustrating. What was it that frustrated you last night?
You know, our at-bats, our hitters have been so consistent throughout the year. You know, they just kind of were outside themselves and didn't keep within the approach. But you know, I think right now today we're having some better at-bats. Yes. We haven't got any hits yet, but I thought their at-bats were much better today.
Coach, what is the approach against St. Adams today for you guys?
Trying to stay in the middle, try to stay inside the baseball. That's the biggest thing.
All right, and one thing about Chafee pitching here in Tuscaloosa. What conversations did you have, if any, with him coming back here to a place he spent a year?
Hey, I think he's excited to get and pitch against these guys. You know, he's a consistent guy for us. He has been all year long, and we're excited to have him in this 2-hole.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the time. We'll let you get going back to business.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Thanks, Coach.
Joy being around him this weekend.
He's great.
Longtime assistant. Took over that job in 2020 as the head man. Was an assistant for 18 years. That one is down the line and right. That is a fair ball. Luke Vaughn turns the corner. Looks back, and he will stop at second.
And both hits today for Alabama. And that's the game plan coming in. You're attacking elevation against a guy with a good sinker. That's a changeup up in the zone. That pitch has to be down. Short, simple swing inside the ball, drives it down the right field line. And it's back-to-back innings. Bama has their leadoff man on via double.
And if you're Chafee on the mound, you're like 2 inches to the right, and that's a foul
right.
ball.
Small margins.
Yep, and now it's a double as Vaughn stands at second base with his 9th double of the year. Well, Torres started the second with a double, and that's when Evan Chafee locked it down. A couple of groundouts to shortstop and one to second base to get out of the inning and leave Torres at second, hoping for the same here.
Yeah, moving runners big time in baseball, especially early on in a ball game. You got a guy on second base here. It's a lefty on the mound for a right-handed hitter. You want to back off the plate knowing he's going to try to jam everything into you. It's going to be fastballs in and a lot of spin.
Fouls that one. I think that caught a piece of his own leg.
Decided to show bunt there too. 0-1 count. He takes a fastball in. Show bunt. The 1 strike count. That's never fun. And bam, just like that, 0-2 count. Chafee way ahead. Going for the strikeout here. You got the top of the order on deck and Bryce Fowler.
That one misses up. Peyton Steele hitting 9th. He's been bothered. He's not 100% healthy. He kind of tweaked a quad last week. Not going to keep him out, but he's not on full. Let's put it that way.
I could miss this one. Oof. Good pitch there. Doesn't get the call, but once again, that's something soft up in the zone. Chafee's at his best when he's down in the zone. They're going to try to steal a fastball in here. That's the pitch that got him right last inning.
That one finds the big hole off the right side. Vaughn turns the corner. Here's the throw home. It's not in time, and Alabama leads early 1-0.
That is an incredible job of 2-strike hitting right there. They do try to go in, but he misses out over the plate, and he's trying to have a short, simple swing, just get the ball to go forward. And all the way here, he's thinking, yep, I'm off on the horses, and there was never a question. Alabama up 1-0 early. Peyton Steele delivering. Bottom of the lineup yesterday. A lot of production down there, setting it up for the top of the order. 1-0 early, Bama.
Boy, there was just a huge hole off the right side of that infield, as the second baseman Fry was really close to the bag at second. And now the lineup flips back to Bryce Fowler, who grounded out to start this game. Quickly 0-2 on Fowler. Fowler, the young man, the redshirt senior out of Madison, Mississippi. A couple of years down at Southern Miss, didn't play a whole lot down in Hattiesburg, then transferred to Pearl River Community College. Thought he was going to go to Campbell, had a coaching change, and then gets a call from Rob Vaughn and said, when can you get here? We want you. When can you get here? And he says, right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Today.
On my way.
Yeah, he has been their center field. Actually, he was out in left field last year. Now he's anchoring center field spot for him this year.
Man, he is a fun player. It's been great ever since being inserted to the top of this order.
Did that find the hole? It did. And Fowler will wind up at second base, and the Tide have him at second and third now. That is 3 doubles for the Tide today.
Man, and that is just a beautiful piece of hitting once again with 2 strikes. That is a well-located breaking ball there. You see behind the plate, Agreste's going to drop and block. But a veteran, savvy hitter's played a ton of baseball. 2 strikes, you're not trying to do too much. Go ahead and take your knock. And a rocket shot in the left center. Second and third, no outs, first mound visit.
Boy, again, you saw shortstop Mansour kind of going toward the bag at second. It's one of those what-if things. If he just kind of hangs a little bit at his normal spot, that's a routine ground ball.
Yep, and you're in double play depth there, so you are cheating a little bit up the middle, and you're thinking left on left, going to go to a slider. Most likely that ball is going to get pulled, but you got to tip your cap, man, to Fowler. He's an incredible player, and he just keeps getting better and better.
Boy, now Alabama with an opportunity here. There is nobody out. One has already come in. And the guy you got to face is maybe the hottest guy in this lineup, Justin LeBron, who struck out his first time today, but LeBron has been on a roll of late. Of course, a preseason All-American last year in 2025, was a first-team All-American. So much expected of him. Offensively, not really the kind of season he had produced his first 2 years here, but we are now seeing Justin LeBron at his best.
Yeah, and at the right time for Alabama. Still 16 homers. So the juice is there, 40 stolen bases and 41 attempts. It's a big moment here in this ball game. They got their guy up. They got to cash in.
For the year, LeBron hitting .281.
.250 against lefties. 302 with runners in scoring position. They attacked him with fastballs up as the count went on last at bat.
LeBron 3 for 4, 2 RBIs last night.
They try to go fastball there, and they do get it up just enough. A big reason they go fastball up in this situation. You got a guy at third base, less than 2 outs. The hitter's hunting elevation. If I can go just enough above the zone, I get a foul ball or a swing and miss. Way ahead here, 0-2. You can go fastball up. If not, you're just burying the breaking ball at the back foot.
That one hops back to Agresti behind the plate.
Chafee can't give up on it here. You're still ahead. Big here, 1-2. A lot of guys will bounce a bad breaking ball and go right back to it.
At the knees, called third strike. What a pitch from Evan Chafee.
Absolutely electric right there. Look at this. Pinpoint, dialed, bam. Second strikeout of the day against LeBron, both on that fastball. That is going to be the big pitch coming into today. You must be able to go into right-handed hitters. When you do, make sure you get it in. He does, and a big strikeout there.
Can't get too excited just yet. 1 out now for Brady Neal, the 3-hole hitter. He was caught looking his first time up. He got a couple pitches just like what we saw LeBron get. He didn't like him his first at-bat. Had a few stares at our home plate umpire, Jeff Wright. But that's been a pitch Jeff Wright's calling, so you better know it's going to be a strike.
That's right. That's right. And that's why it's ultra important for Chafee to live down there. You end up getting those calls.
Ooh, that one just misses. 2-0 now to Neal. Brady 1 for 4 with an RBI last night.
Neal, very good against left-handed pitching this year. 343 up big here.
Ground ball. That's going to get a run home. And Alabama will lead it 2-0 as Neal grounds out to second base.
Some good selfless baseball. You got the middle of the infield back, guy on third base, less than 2 outs. Any ground ball in the middle scores a run. Job well done.
That'll push Fowler over to third base. 2 down to the inning now for Jason Torres, who doubled his last time up. Boy, Torres has just been anchored at third base for Alabama the last 2 years. That has been his spot. Maybe not the offensive season he was hoping for. Comes into this one hitting .236, but does have enough pop. 8 home runs and 47 runs batted in.
Up over 270 now against lefties this season.
Young man who transferred in from Miami, spent 2 seasons down in Coral Gables out of Hialeah, Florida.
Chafee here up big.
Ground ball right at the shortstop, Mansour, across the diamond, and that'll be the 3rd out. But Alabama does plate a couple of runs and take a 2-0 lead. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Sewell Thomas Stadium. And welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Good look at Sewell Thomas Stadium. The left side of the bracket. We're waiting to see who will the fourth team be in that pod when Omaha begins next week. North Carolina and Southern Cal right now. Trojans up 3-1. Meanwhile, our side, we still have some baseball left to be played in a few of these supers, but Georgia has already punched their ticket. They had extra innings, won by a couple of runs over Mississippi State. So they're heading to Omaha for the first time since 2008. It was a real party in Athens the last 2 weekends. Those folks have bought in to Bulldogs baseball.
It's crazy to think that they haven't been in Omaha since 2008. I mean, I feel like every year they're in Omaha because of how much talent they've had running through that program. Congrats to them.
Here's Christian Bernardini, the junior, out of Manalapan, New Jersey. He was 0 for 4 last night. Young man comes in as a .275 hitter today with 4 homers and 21 runs batted in.
This is the guy circled coming into today. .351 against lefties. Down here 0-2.
Big breaker for a strikeout, out number 1.
Good morning, good afternoon. And good night there from Zane Adams. He is absolutely dialed in, and that's the big breaking ball, the pitch he likes to go to a bit more to right-handed hitters. Well located in the zone the whole time. Feels like it never gets there. You leave your backside and you get a chase.
4 strikeouts now for Zane Adams. For 78 miles an hour. And Rob Mansour, the shortstop, way out in front of that one.
Those changeups are so hard to get to, too. You know, you think about a changeup really falling off the table and really running away from a righty. His is almost Bugs Bunny. It just stops midair, stays on that plane.
Misses with 92 down and away. The Johnny shortstop, a grad transfer from California. A couple of years at Cal State Pueblo. His first season at St. John's. He came into this swinging a pretty hot bat. He was hitting over .330 prior 13 games, but last night 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
Just 2 strikeouts on the entire year against left-handed pitching.
Wow.
For Mansour. This is a guy that sees lefties extremely well. That's the thought process. Once again, you get to 2 strikes. You're thinking fastball, hit it the other way, gives you an opportunity to stay on his breaking stuff.
Line back up the middle on a 1-2 pitch. So the first hit of the game for St. John's here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll take us to the 9-hole hitter, Dylan Fitzsimmons.
This is the guy for St. John's in that regional. Luis Rodriguez goes down, left fielder, having a great season. Lower body injury. Dylan Fitzsimmons pops in. Without Dylan Fitzsimmons, St. John's is not here right now. He's better against lefties too, .357.
First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. This is the Rodriguez injury, and you were there. You said it would have been raining and the field was sloppy. Who knows if that had an impact, but certainly an awful situation.
Just so sad. The field was wet, his foot stuck, and something you never want to see.
He is with the team. That ball is slicing away from Fowler. He's going to have to chase it to the fence. Boy, did he get a bad break on that one as it bounces over the fence, and that probably is a fortunate break for Alabama. Saves a run.
Certainly. And that is an excellent swing there from Dylan Fitzsimmons. And we'll watch the center fielder here. It's a slider up in the zone where these hitters are looking for, especially the lefties. And you see that a little bit of a false step in. You never want your first step in the outfield on a fly ball. You always like it to be back. He bites in, and that ball just keeps on carrying. Downhill swing, Backspin on the baseball, second and third, one out. Johnny's best opportunity here early on in this ball game to strike.
That is, chopper foul, but for Fitzsimmons, to give you an idea of how locked in he is, 6 of his last 8 hits have been for extra bases, and this is your 9-hole hitter as a true freshman. He is, he's going to be fun to watch in the coming years for St. John's. They were telling us a story last year. We asked me, like, did you anticipate this guy being a dude for you? And they all, everybody in the room, including Coach Hampton, smiles. Is like, yeah, well, he drew like 12 walks in his first 12 at bats in our fall scrimmages, and then his first hit left
Homer.
the yard. Yeah.
Homer.
And we're like, okay, we got ourselves a little something.
He's a guy you can expect to hit at the top of this lineup next year with the guy at the plate, John LeGrande, the senior. Departing, what a fun story this guy's been all year. A guy that just keeps getting better and better. Once again, the stars have to show up in these moments. You have to find a way here. Get that run in from third base.
LeGrande leads the team with 22 multi-hit games, but this one will be grounded over the first, but that'll plate St. John's first run as Mansour comes home to score and pushes Fitzsimmons over to third base. So the Johnnies, their first run of this Tuscaloosa Super Regional.
Yep, good baseball, middle back, put it in the middle of the infield, score a run, well done.
Out number 2 as Jader Rafestanger comes to the plate, who struck out his first time. There's a first pitch strike to Rafestanger. There's a ground ball. LeBron Fields throws to first. But St. John's, though, breaks the seal, scores their first run of this super. Cuts Alabama's lead in half. Back in a moment. NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Alabama leads this Super Regional 1-0. A win by the Tide will push them back to Omaha for the first time since 1999. Think about that. That is the second longest drought by any team in the Southeastern Conference. Only ahead of Missouri, which was back in the 60s when they were last in the College World Series. But, I mean, again, we said about Georgia, it's hard to believe it's been since '08. They've produced some teams. Alabama's had some really good teams in that span. But 99 was it.
Man, head coach Rob Vaughn, he has done a magnificent job ever since arriving in Tuscaloosa.
John Lim to start things off for the Tide. Lim, then Hines, then Brennan Holtz to the plate. Speaking of the College World Series, you can't overlook. I think a lot of people maybe in the South haven't paid attention to St. John's baseball and the history of that program. But, folks, this is their 39th NCAA tournament appearance as Lim will get hit by a soft breaking ball and head to first base. But 39 NCAA tournaments for St. John's, tied for 12th most all time. So second NCAA tournament in the last 3 years. They've been to 6 College World Series, the last of which, though, was back in 1980. It's been a while. Their last Super Regional was in 2012. They got through the Chapel Hill Regional to get to the Supers that year. But, I mean, this is a program with a lengthy history.
Northeast baseball, they're the big dogs up there in Alabama. See right there. 29th appearance, 4 years in a row. They've been knocking on the door. 0-6 in their last 3 NCAA tournaments leading up to this season. 4 wins in a row, 1 win away from Omaha.
Here's Eric Hines. That one misses away. 0 for 1 for Hines today. He grounded out his first time up, 9 homers and 24 runs batted in.
Fell behind him last at bat, then jammed him in with 3 straight fastballs. Look for him to go back to it here.
That ball's smoked off the bat.
Try to go to that back foot slider, and Hines ready for it. That's the approach. You got to think out front here. You got to think pull side with a little bit of crossfire.
Hines, a young man from right here in Tuscaloosa. Out to short. Bobbled out there. Mansour gets the out at second, but Hines safe at first. Boy, both Mansour and Fry had trouble with that baseball.
Yeah, it looked like a tailor-made double play right off the bat. But the bobble and the speed from Hines costed that double play. It's sharply hit. Once again, they go back in with the fastball. That is the right pitch, and just a bit of a bobble peeks his head up before securing the baseball. It's little plays like that inside of a baseball game, you give somebody an extra little opportunity. Bama, they'll make you pay. This defense for St. John's, they've been fantastic all year. 2 errors yesterday, though.
I think that was part of the frustration as well for Coach Hampton post-game. Not only the approach at the plate, but you got to play clean baseball in these games.
Pitching, defense, timely hitting. That's the route to winning.
Brennan Holt, big hit yesterday, drove in 2 runs. Boy, that's a really good take.
It is, and the misses for Chafee are starting to get better. That breaking ball has been left up in the zone early on in this ball game. That's where he's got to live, down in the zone.
Two and 0 on Holt. Ground ball, and it finds a little hole in the right side. Hines turns the corner. He's on his way to third. Throw is cut off, and the Tide have him at the corners with 1 out.
That is veteran hitting. That's a senior. Got his 150th career hit yesterday, now 151. And you got the first baseman holding the runner on. So what do these hitters try to do? The lefties, go ahead and just pull it in that hole. They work on that extremely hard in BP. Nice job of hitting first and third, 1 out.
Luke Vaughn to the plate. He doubled his first time up, came in to score the opening run of this game. He's raised his average to 222.
Got to change up in the zone. This situation for the ground balls, it's been the fastball in to righties.
Lays down the bunt. That's going to get a run home. And they do get him at first, barely. Vaughn thinks he was safe. Regardless, a run scores, makes it 3-1 Alabama as Hines comes home.
And it looks like they're going to take a peek at this one, but I love it. First and third, one out. This play is almost indefensible. You got the first baseman holding the runner on at first. Third baseman, even if he's playing even with the bag, so what? The third guy at third base, he goes ahead and just gains ground, takes off with down contact, and this play was close. Looks like the right call.
Yeah. I think that's when it's going to stick at first.
Yeah. Good call.
But Vaughn will get the RBI, does his job. Seeing some small ball here in Tuscaloosa. Again, there hadn't been a home run. We're the only super regional that had a home run.
Yep. And Bama came in this thing on a heater with homers.
They had, what was that number? They had 11 home runs in their last 5 games and had 3 straight multi-home run games.
After review, the call confirmed of out. Alabama has 1 challenge remaining.
There we go.
Small ball, first and third, safety squeeze. Absolutely love it. Well done.
Rob Vaughn making things move for Alabama on the base pass. Picks up that run. Gives you an indication he probably feels like this is going to be a low-scoring affair today.
Runs are critical.
58th pitch of the day on the way to Peyton Steele, and it's hit high in the air out to right center. Wind blowing in will keep it in play. At the warning track is Fitzsimmons to make the catch. So St. John's picks up the 3rd out, but Alabama grabs another run and has a 2-run advantage. When we come back, we will chat with Rob Vaughn, get his philosophy on today's game. Had a record crowd last night. Maybe the weather might have scared some folks off, but another huge crowd today at Sewell Thomas Stadium as Alabama trying to close this out. They lead 3-1. Joining us down there on the headset in the first step, Rob Vaughn, the head coach of Alabama. And Coach, we just saw you lay down a great safety squeeze. Thought process and going into that, and what's your thoughts about this? What does that mean for this game?
Yeah, man, I mean, this team, you just got to keep tacking on runs. You know, these guys have proven they don't go away. They've proven they aren't afraid to come from behind. I mean, they won all 3 games last weekend chasing leads. So this is going to be a 9-inning ball game. Like, you're going to have to get 7 or 8 more to finish this thing. So just try to tack on runs there. I thought we left 1 on the board in the second with a leadoff double. Thought we left another 1 on the board in the 3rd. So we just got to keep scoring, man. You got to keep extending the leads. We need Zane to go get us a big 0 right here with some dangerous hitters.
Coach, Zane's looked pretty good. What's your thoughts on him today so far?
Yeah, he's done a nice job. You know, you got to credit Mansour. Took a good swing. Changeups off the plate. Just stayed up just enough for him to poke it in center, but a really good approach, really good swing from him. And then the slider just stayed up. Fitzsimmons takes a good swing on a slider that stayed middle. So, but he minimized, and that's what you got to do when you get yourself in a bind right there. Go get the next 2 guys out, and he got a ground ball, and he got out of that thing. So, great job by him by minimizing right there. And now we need to settle it in and go get the leader here.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the time, Rob.
Yep. Thanks, boys. Roll Tide.
Thanks, Coach.
You know, again, it's just going to be, you're going to have to really compress a baseball today, I think, to get one out of here.
Yeah, because that ball was well hit last inning.
Yeah. Sean McMillan had that 12-pitch at-bat back in the first inning. And now he's ahead 3-0 at the plate against Zane Adams. Zane, by the way, we're talking about Zane Adams, and he has been really a constant for them. 13 of his 16 starts, 15 starts, I should say, he's gone 5 or more innings. I mean, like, as a coach, man, does that make you feel good that you're going to get a quality start out of a dude?
It's so important. When you think about the bullpen, being able to save it throughout a weekend. All 3 of these starters have been fantastic. Zane 3-1 over his last 4 starts. 100+ pitches in 5 of his last 7.
That's in there for a strike. Sean McMillan was heading down to first base. He'll get back in the batter's box.
Almost the same pitch he struck out on last at bat looking. St. John's does not have a leadoff man. Reach base safely today so far.
Fouls that one back. We about to see another 12-pitch at bat.
Knowing St. John's. That's a nice job right there by McMillan. That's the pitch he took. Fastball down. You know it's in the back of his mind. The question here is, do you have the opportunity here to go to a changeup down, see if you can get a miss, knowing it's the pitch he chased last at bat.
Ground ball right back to Adams. Wasn't 12 pitches, but certainly McMillan made him work again, and Zane Adams wins the battle.
Nice job coming all the way back right there, down 3-0. You got a 2-run lead. Trying to keep the momentum on your side. Go ahead and attack.
Adam Agresti. First team All Big East catcher. First pitch he sees is going to drop in for a base hit. He has just been fantastic today, or this weekend.
And that is just professional right there. I mean, they have been working him in nonstop. That's a fastball in right there, and he just sucks his hands in tight. That's what he's looking for early. Nice piece of hitting.
Will Cowan struck out his first time up. He looks at a first pitch strike. Cowan this year hitting .216. Last year as a freshman. In 46 games, hit .293.
Having a ton more success against lefties, though. .267, 2 home runs. Just 3 strikeouts against left-handed pitching this year. 4 after the last at bat.
I'm going to make this compare. He's got that that back foot moves. It reminds me of Scotty Scheffler on a tee box. The way that, I don't know, it's like his thing.
A little scissor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It's worked for Scheffler.
Oh, yeah. I'd copy that guy.
Yeah.
It is something that's become big in baseball today, though, is that scissor. They work on it, and it allows them to keep that front side closed, avoids them opening up early.
He dances, and that one catches him. Wow, if you're going to get hit on one that bounces at you.
Yeah, especially with 2 strikes. That's exactly what you want. Go ahead. Yeah. St. John's will take that one. Right foot was starting to scissor. He left the left foot there.
It's crazy how games change, philosophies change in baseball. It used to always, like get that back foot locked in, drive off of it, be quiet. Now you got guys moving their feet all over the place.
It's ever evolving, this game.
Aiden Fry 0 for 1. .227 hitter. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Johnny's with some traffic with one out. These are the moments that Mike Hampton was talking about. We got to get some guys on, put the pressure on them. See if they can take advantage.
Yep. Don't get many. On the flip side, Rob Vaughn said he minimized in that third inning. Another opportunity here.
Just off the plate.
Yeah, good take.
Lifted in the air, high in the air, out to Eric Hines in left. And that'll be out number 2, and everybody sticks at their respective bases.
Once again, that is the approach. Zane Adams has been in the strike zone all game long. 73% strikes. I'd like to see these St. John's hitters get a bit more aggressive. Sometimes you can get so stuck in an approach that you almost forget. You gotta just see the ball and let it fire.
They're in the 9th in Chapel Hill. And USC up 3-2 over North Carolina. Winner of that one going to Omaha.
Standing ACC team, North Carolina.
Oh, nice changeup.
Ultimate equalizer. Bernardini, 351 against lefties coming into this game. This is the guy that I said had to be the guy down at the bottom of the lineup.
Runners are going to go. The ball scoots away from Brady Neal.
And that's big there. Dirtball Reed. Now you got another man in scoring position. This is the one that you want to go on. It sneaks away from the catcher, goes right. Guy at second base all day long. Pressure pitches.
Two-one count. Bernardini. Ooh.
Oof. Man. 3-1 here in the driver's seat.
That one just missed. See if Bernardini can do something with this 3-1. Fouls it off. It's full.
5 straight changeups. Does open up the door for an opportunity to jam a fastball in there. You do have an open base.
The 8-hole hitter Mansour on deck. He got a base hit his last time up. He would love an opportunity. Boy, he just did foul that off. Adams pumping 95.
5 straight changeups and 95 up and in. Takes it out of the catcher's glove.
Got him. Inning is over. Adams works himself out of that jam.
Zane Adams. Coach Rob Vaughn said you got to minimize damage. Well, does it again. Nice job. Dotted up.
The number 7 national seed, Alabama Crimson Tide, up 3-1 over St. John's. They were a 4 seed in the Tallahassee Regional, just a 13th 4 seed to move on to a super. Alabama, a couple of runs on 3 hits in the third. LeGrande, RBI ground out in the bottom of third. And again, the top of this lineup for St. John's just hasn't got it going yet. They are 0 for 6 today. And what were they, 0 for 12 yesterday?
0 for 18 in this regional. Super regional, excuse me.
Top of the lineup due up for the Tide, Bryce Fowler, who has flown out and grounded out, but picked up an RBI back in the third on the ground out to second base. That one's up and in, 1-2 on Fowler. Or excuse me, Fowler doubled his last time up. LeBron on deck, then Brady Neal.
Fastball right there, just buzzes the tower.
Been impressed with Evan Chafee coming back
Yeah.
to Tuscaloosa. You always wonder about players that come back to a place they spent some time, as this one sent out to center field shy of the track. LeGrande with the catch, 1 down, but Chafee has been on point. Talking to Jason Jackson, who's the pitching coach, and at the time became the interim head coach at Alabama when Chafee was on this Alabama team back in 2023. And talking to him about Chafee, says loves the kid, absolutely loved him. Just wasn't ready to be a part of their rotation. They redshirted him. At the end of the year, I felt like Evan just needed a change of scenery. I mean, there was nothing that was wrong on either side. It just needed a change. He said loved his parents, loved being around him. Matter of fact, Justin LeBron still good friends with him and text all the time. He went back closer to home and has found a home at St. John's. And here he is back in Tuscaloosa a few years later doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, sometimes the change of scenery can be a great thing. Good for Evan Chafee. Seems like it worked out well for both sides.
.87 miles an hour, 2-1. The count to LeBron. Justin with 2 strikeouts today.
Both on fastballs. First one up in the zone. Last one looking down.
Lifted high in the air, out to right. Fitzsimmons on the track will make the catch. I'm sure he's probably hearing some things out there that we can't air. Up against the Rangers in right field.
Oh man, they are packed out.
We had a late start last night, and there was a wall of adult beverages out there. Not quite as intense today.
Give them a little bit of time. They're still getting it going again. So that's on the Brady Neal club.
And here is Brady Neal. Fouls that one off.
Spent some time in right field this year.
He did. And again, the story from Bryce Fowler, we're asking him, you know, Brady hadn't played a whole lot of outfield in his life. He's always been a catcher, and he gets put out there this year. And I said, do you help him out there? And that's a little slow chopper. It's going to be a tough play, and it's going to be a fair ball. He just shakes his head. Hey, it's a hit.
He'll take them. Every single one of them. Just a chopper here, and the catcher has priority over the pitcher in this ball. All of his momentum is moving toward first base. The pitcher lets up, and Chafee thinking Agresti's going to get it. Little miscommunication. Extends the inning.
But you see the smile on Brady Neal's face. He's been like that all year. And when Bryce Fowler was asking him, are you helping him out in right field? He says, well, every time I try to talk to him, he's turned around talking to somebody in right field. So I just kind of gave up on it. That's a guy having fun playing baseball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tallahassee kid.
Leading the team in batting average this year is Brady Neal. After last year, the young man hit .219 with 3 home runs. And this year he's at 330-ish with 10 tanks and 50 runs batted in.
That smile you see is a big reason for it. He's having fun.
He is right on 330, as a matter of fact, after that last base hit. Torres with a double today. Again, 79% of the teams that win game one in a super regional advance to Omaha. That is quite the success rate.
And all 4 teams that have punched their ticket. All won game 1 and game 2. Brady Neal over at first base, just 4 stolen bases and 6 attempts on the year, but with 2 outs, ultra important, trying to get into scoring position, especially up 2. You can't play aggressive style of baseball.
Fouls that one off his foot.
JP's been good, efficient, just 72 pitches. Pace for under 15 pitches an inning.
One and 2 on Torres. 47 RBIs, 8 home runs for the Alabama third baseman.
It's an important run at first base. Hitter, this is always extremely frustrating. Feel like you're in control of the at bat. It's working at your pace and a lot of pickoffs. You got to stay with it.
Popped him straight up in the air. Agresti makes the play. Alabama leaves a runner on base. Nothing doing. St. John's trying to get their bats cranked up. 3-1, they trail. Game 3 of the NBA Finals tips off Monday night. Spurs at the Knicks, with the NBA tip-off starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time, followed by the game at 8:30 Eastern. Watch it on ABC, or you can stream it live on the ESPN app. I know there are a lot of St. John's baseball players. You look at their bios, and it says we're Yankees, Mets, and Knicks fans. It is a big time, and can you imagine what that city will be like if the Knicks can win an NBA championship?
Danger.
I'm glad I'm living in the South.
That's right. That's right.
They are on a roll. I mean, it is crazy what they're doing postseason. Here is Rob Mansour to lead things off. 2 hits last night for St. John's. 3 hits here as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning this afternoon. And one of those 3 hits belongs to the St. John's shortstop.
The 4th and 5th inning is when this offense normally does come alive. You saw the graphic first time through, 237, lowest amongst teams that are left. They do have 6 comeback wins in the postseason.
There's a high chopper, Brennan Holt. Easy hop, easy play, and that'll be 1 down. And here's a guy that can certainly rip one in the alley. We saw it earlier. Dylan Fitzsimmons doubles off the wall, producing his 15th double of the year. Has raised his average to 278. He hits with the bases empty and 1 down.
A little left-on-left changeup there. That's something rare. As you start to get further in a game, you normally see a pitcher start to open up a different line of his arsenal.
Fitzsimmons, 5 hits in the Tallahassee Regional. Finished up at 417 last weekend. Looks at a ball inside.
He was the key in game 1, scored the game-winning run in the 9th inning against the Seminoles. 2 big homers in that regional. Without this guy, they are not here once again. He was that important in that Tallahassee Regional. Zane Adams just quietly continuing to make pitches. Very, very few mistakes over the heart of the plate today.
Swing and a miss. Fitzsimmons goes down for out number 2.
That's good for his 6th strikeout today. 4-seam rear back. Let it fire up in the zone. That's where pitchers love. Hitters love to see the baseball. But if you are long and that back shoulder falls early, it's big trouble.
And now it's the top of the order. You see the pitch count for Zane Adams. 56 of his 80 pitches have been in the zone.
Strike zone.
All right, here's the group right here. I mean, the top 3 guys in this lineup, somebody's got to break out. Look what's happened here in this Tuscaloosa Super Regional.
Man. 0 for 18 with 10 strikeouts.
These guys came in to today. This is actually, if you want to go back to the opening of this Super Regional, they came in hitting 329, 336, and 318, combined 19 home runs. And you have yet to have a hit here this weekend.
Man, these are the guys that get him going.
That's what's crazy.
They've been cold.
Like, this hasn't happened all year.
13 for 36 combined in the regional coming into this thing. He's got to credit Alabama's pitching. I mean, Tyler Fay yesterday, Zane Adams today. They are just making pitches.
Count even at 2-2. LeGrande transferred into St. John's after a couple of seasons in junior college, where he was a junior college All-American in 2024. Didn't miss a beat as he was an All-Big East first-team performer in his first season with the Johnnies. .368, 7 home runs, and 48 runs batted in last year, not to mention 43 bags.
Such a fun player.
Boy, just did nick that one.
Looks like he's just a bit over aggressive. Looks like his mindset is just to rip the ball to the pull side. He's best when he's in that left center field gap. That front shoulder stays shut a long time, and that is a big key in these left-on-left battles. I'd like to see him try to get jammed here and push something the other way.
That's going to be a tough play. I don't think they're going to get him. Boy, you just knew the moment that one took that big hop at the plate that Legrande was going to beat that one out.
Yeah, no chance on that one. Way too much speed, and you can't teach it. It was never even a question.
Hey, what a way to get your first hit for that group.
Hey, it's the postseason. It does not matter what it looks like on the scorecard. There's no pictures. That's an infield single and extends the inning. Tying man up to the plate.
Well, that breaks the seal. Let's see what Rafestinger can do behind him.
They pitched him extremely tough. 3 strikeouts yesterday, all on the fastball. He comes up today, hunting heaters, strikes out on a curveball his first at bat. He's in between. It's a yo-yo effect. You got to just pick one pitch and sell out to it.
Well, these are those moments, too. There's 2 outs in a 2-run game. You're in the 5th. You got a left-hander on the mound. You got Legrande, who can steal some bags. We told you over 40 last year. He has 27 this year. How important is it to get him to second base right now? I mean, do you take a chance with 2 outs?
It's huge. You know, he's been thrown out 13 times, 27 for 40. You know, you're in the middle part of the ball game. Zane Adams is dealing. You got the tying man up at home plate. You got the meat of the order up behind him. For me, this isn't an opportunity in which I'm thinking steal at all, especially with the lefty on the mound. If you run with the lefty on the mound, it's first move. And watch the move for Zane Adams, too. It is one of the best moves I've seen all year. Let the guy at home plate hit.
Rafestinger looks at a strike. Rafestinger, from an average standpoint, best hitter in this lineup.
Big hits all year long. Game-winning single in Game 1 against the Knowles. He's just been pitched extremely tough.
Ground ball to third. They'll go to second and get off the field. Zane Adams doing Zane Adams type thing on the mound for Alabama. 3-1 tied out in front. Well, the left side of the bracket, these teams will be in the same pod in Omaha. We're waiting on North Carolina and Southern Cal. They are now in the bottom of the ninth. North Carolina just tied it up. There is 2 outs in the inning. Over on the right side, we're still got a lot to be determined. Georgia already there. Of course, Texas, Oklahoma, and Alabama with a win would punch their tickets to Omaha as well. Now listen, if you want to go catch that North Carolina Southern Cal game over on ESPN, you can go. I'm gonna let you go, but you got to promise to come back.
Right on back.
Right. Because we got a good one here. Alabama and St. John's. Crimson Tide won last night 8-0, but it's 3-1 here as John Lim will lead things off, followed by Eric Hines and Brennan Holt. We have had 2 outstanding pitching performances today. Evan Chafee, the former Alabama Crimson Tide player, back on the mound for St. John's today, has not been intimidated by this environment. Too geeked up to pitch. I mean, he has been really locked in from the get-go.
He's done a great job as this game has progressed and landing pitches down in the bottom of the zone. His misses have been better, as you see right there, and that's a big key. He's a nubber. He's a guy that works in and out, keeps hitters in between, so execution is ultra important. He made a couple mistakes today, and Alabama made him pay. It's been a good one.
Yeah, those numbers are impressive from both of our starters. Zane Adams has been very effective as well for Alabama. You know, getting ready for this game, you start looking at these 2 pitchers, very identical. I mean, think about this for a minute. They both came in with 7-4 records. 81 2/3 for Chafee on the mound, 82 1/3 for Zane Adams, 88 hits for Chafee, 84 hits for Adams, and there's a strikeout, another one for Chafee. That'll be his 4th of the game.
And that is just a well-located fastball right there. And it looks like when the fastball goes to the glove side, it has a little bit of cut. Well-located, locked in, continuing to pound that strike zone.
Well, how about the Tar Heels? Just walked it off at home in Chapel Hill, 4-3. They were down a run in the 9th. And they are heading to Omaha.
Wow.
There will be an ACC representative after what was a tough regional for the ACC. The Tar Heels waving that banner.
Scott Forbes and co. getting it done.
That one misses. 2-0 to Eric Hines. Hines today. Ground out. Into a fielder's choice. Came in to score a run. Boy, looks at one right down the middle.
That is the pitch today without question where this game kind of flipped. It looked like it was going to go off the wires for a bit, but that glove side fastball command with it, just dotting it up on the inner black, such a big pitch.
Now it's even. Doesn't chase. Runs full, 3-2. '83 pitches for Evan Chafee. Young man out of Hamburg, New York. That's hit a mile in the air toward the line. Is he going to stay in play for Fitzsimmons? Yes. He will make a catch in foul territory, and that'll be 2 down. Well, 5 teams are heading to Omaha. And how about this list? If you had this on your preseason bracket, that these 5 would be there, a couple of those you might say yes. But Troy making their first ever. It was just an electric environment down in Troy this past week in West Virginia. What can you say about those baseball fans?
Oof. Yeah, I seen a video of them singing.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yesterday after that game, that was crazy.
Brennan Holt fly ball out to left. Boy, for a moment there, it looked like that might have had a little bit of run to get over, but not enough. That'll do it for the Tide. They lead by 2. Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Sewell Thomas Stadium here on the campus of the University of Alabama. St. John's hoping they can keep the trend going. You see what they did in Tallahassee last weekend. They did not back down, came back to win after trailing in each of their victories.
Yeah, and trailing in the middle parts of the game as well. 2 times headed into the 5th inning, they were losing. In that NIU game, ultra impressive. They're down 5-0 and go ahead and flip the script, win 21-8. They're used to playing behind.
That ball smoked and hooking foul off the bat of Sean McMillan. Yeah, they came back in the Big East tournament, too, to win that all 3 times.
All 3 times. All 6 of their wins. Big East tournament, NCAA tournament, via comeback fashion. And there's something real to that. There's a belief like, hey, guys, we've done this before. I'll tell you what, these Alabama pitchers, they are absolutely dialed in.
Oh, 0-1 on McMillan. St. John's first baseman. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
2 really good at bats today, though, so far. He has seen everything. 3rd time through the order. That's normally where it gets a bit scary for the starting pitcher.
He had a 12-pitch at bat his first time up. 91 miles an hour. It's 1-2.
Fastball was 95 earlier. Middle parts of this game now down to 91, but it's locating it well, going up, dotting the catcher's mask.
LeBron flicks it across the diamond. He has been steady. Boy, the middle part of the season, LeBron was shaky. It was error after error, but he has been on lockdown the last month.
Yeah, man, trust your decision, first step. That's what it's all about. Best shortstops, they play downhill. He can flat out do everything, man. He makes it look easy. Talked about the errors. Sure, the middle part of the season, they started to jump up, but I think it's just all a decision thing and a work thing and a trusting your eyes. He's got great hands. It's a great first step. Well done.
Adam Agresti now. You know, Rob Vaughn was talking to us about some of the decision makings from him in terms of attack the ball, what hop am I going to get it on as a former infielder yourself. Is that just a feel thing, or do you work on that?
It's a lot of diligent work in practice, and you know, I think that the biggest key for an infielder is to think go until the ball tells you no, right? And I think where infielders kind of run into trouble is a ball's hit and they go, what do I do? And I think if your first step is to think always, I'm going, then your eyes will start to tell you, hey, go ahead and ease into this thing now. There's your hop.
Right.
Just like he did right there.
That one's popped out of play. I will say this about LeBron, watching him over the last 3 years. When he's on, like defensively, he is such a joy to watch. He's got a cannon for an arm.
Rocky.
And you don't necessarily always see it, but when he needs it and you see it, you're like, dang.
Yeah. And we haven't really seen him rear back and fire yet. Most of the plays, he just goes ahead and plays it on the run.
Agresti trying to keep St. John's in this one, behind 1-2 with 1 out. Pitch number 96 for Zane Adams. By the way, this is the 14th time in his 16 starts this season where he has gone 5 or more innings. That is a crazy number.
That's so huge. Starting pitching.
Agresti now runs it full 3-2. Ground out and a single for Adam Agresti. He has seen his average bump up to 294.
See if he'll go ahead and rear back and fire here. You don't want to bring the tying run to home plate in the heart of the lineup. He challenged him with the heater.
That ball smoked left center field. It is out of here. Adam Agresti with another postseason home run. That ball was absolutely ripped.
Well, he challenged him with the heater. Middle, 109. Off the bat, 408 feet, 3-2 count. And Agresti fires 20th home run of the season. Third in the NCAA tournament. Never a doubt.
Well, that makes it a 3-2 ball game. He is now the second St. John's player to have a 20 home run season. The record is 24, set by Jeremy Baltz back in 2010. Here comes Jason Jackson out to the mound. 98 pitches for Zane Adams, who has been super sharp. Boy, did he serve one up to Agresti.
Home run of the season, just 9 last year. Spoke to him in Tallahassee about it and asked him, hey, like, what happened with the flip? Was there like a swing change or anything? And he said, no, man, I'm just playing free, having fun. I'd say so.
The line for Zane Adams: 6 strikeouts, no walks, 5 hits. He's up to 98 pitches. It is I'm talking, there are muggy days. This is a all-timer muggy. Not quite as hot since the sun's not out, but it is. You can see Zane, he is sweating a bunch out there. Up to 98 pitches. And that one misses to Will Cowan.
1 pitch away from 100. This will be his 6th time in his last 8 starts, 100 plus.
By the way, that was a first home run hit in this Super Regional.
Crazy.
Georgia, just to give you an idea, Georgia hit 21. Georgia, Mississippi State hit 21 home runs in that Athens Super, which the Dogs won today. Come from behind fashion in extra innings on what else but a Daniel Jackson 2-run homer.
Imagine this would be the last inning for Zane Adams.
That one shot down the line and right, and there is Peyton Steele with a nice running catch for out number 2.
Great first step right there. Great defensive alignment. Will Cowan, must be his strength, down the right field line against a lefty. Nice run and grab by Steele.
Aiden Fry now comes to the plate. Aiden Fry, 0 for 2. First pitch swings and misses. Fry at 226 now on the season.
Zane Adams starting to miss over the heart of the plate.
Still pumping 93.
Yeah, rear and back and fire in 93. It's been sitting at 91. Bumping up, knowing this is most likely his last hitter of the day.
Got him at the knees. Inning is over. But St. John's with the home run from their leader, Adam Agresti. His 20th of the season makes it a 1-run game. the third inning, Alabama got it cranked up. They put together 3 hits, scored a couple of runs, 2 doubles in that inning, and then Fitzsimmons part of a couple of hits for St. John's to answer back as they played a run. And then a moment ago, Adam Agresti provides St. John's second run of the game. We sit at 3-2 now in this game 2, the Tuscaloosa Super Regional. St. John's just 1 for 9 at the top of that lineup, but Agresti trying to do his part to keep him in it. This one going to come down to the wire. Alabama wins, they're going to Omaha. St. John's wins, we're playing tomorrow.
The big key is going to be runners in scoring position as well in this ball game. St. John's 0 for 4. Bama 1 for 8. Difference in this ball game so far.
So Luke Vaughn will step in against a new arm for St. John's as they go to the bullpen and get Jack Nessler, the freshman out of West Cornwall, Connecticut, who they really like.
Just a freshman with the live fastball, sits in the low 90s. Slider, curveball, change up to lefties, and he does like to live up in the zone. It's high spin.
Top of the 7th. There's a strike, 2-1. Vaughn has doubled and scored. Grounded out, picked up an RBI.
First thing you want to do if you're Alabama is just let St. John's hang around.
There's a little souvenir, kept us a little icy, intact. That ball's out to short. Mansour. Nice play by the Johnny shortstop. Well, how about the job Evan Chafee did today for this team? I mean, I seriously, you wonder about guys coming back in this type of situation and what it does for them mentally. Are they too wound up for this? But Chafee was just fantastic today.
He sure was. 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. Just 3 runs allowed over 6 hits. No walks. That's the key. There were no free passes today from Chafee. He did a nice job adjusting as the game went on, living down in the zone.
Here's Peyton Steele. Made a nice running catch last half inning. A couple of homers on the year for Peyton. That one's fouled back out of play. Another foul ball.
Nessler threw twice in the Tallahassee Regional. Northern Illinois. Game 3 in the win, clinching win for Florida State. 3.1 innings. Just 1 strikeout, 2 runs allowed.
He's been much more than a 3-out type of guy. He's gone 4 2/3. 3 innings a bunch, 2 innings. So he can ride this one out if he pitches well.
Yep. Just a freshman. That's how much they trust him.
Now it's full 3-2. Top of the lineup. Next in line for Alabama with Fowler and LeBron. There is Bryce Fowler waiting for his opportunity. Already with a double today. Ground ball out to short. They'll test Mansour again across the diamond and dropped over there by McMillan. They're going to score that a base hit.
And that's a great play out at shortstop by Mansour, and that's a ball over at first base. That McMillan will even tell you. This one he's got to catch there. Glove just sits a bit dead, doesn't push through it. Infield single for Steele. Second hit of the day.
Now Fowler. 1 for 3, ground out double and a fly out. He looks at one at the knees. He doesn't like it, but I'll say this. Jeff Wright, our home plate umpire, that has been a strike all day long.
That's all you can ask for is an umpire with the consistent strike zone.
That went a little elevated, fouled back, 0-2.
Changeup is the second pitch to left-handed hitters, and that's a nice combo there. Changeup, fastball in, now you can go anywhere. Something interesting to see is after a guy goes change up to a left-handed hitter, a right-handed pitcher, very scary to go breaking ball after that. Same speed runs into the barrel, especially to a lefty. Fastball or change up here normally.
Off the end of the bat, they're going to try Mansour again. This time the pick is made. Oh, it looked as though Scott Latindre was about to punch him out, but came with the safe signal. Close play at first.
And from the naked eye, looked like he made the right call.
Yeah.
The previous call is safe at first base, is being challenged by St. John's. The play is under review.
Oh man, is that close?
The angle that we saw before this one looked like might have just got him.
Wow. Wow. When I see this play, it almost makes me think he's out right there.
Yeah.
Nice pick, though. After dropping that last one, McMillan with a nice pick.
That's the difference there, right? The play before on the pick, his glove just kind of sat there, and on that one, he just gave it a little bit of a nudge, and well done. Call in the field here.
Yeah, I think that's important. It's got to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call in the field, which was safe. So that is definitely worth a review.
Yes, yes.
The crew in Pittsburgh monitoring this one closely in a 3-2 ball game. Plays like this certainly are magnified. There it is, the replay operations center in Pittsburgh. I tell you, again, the call in the field was safe. Kind of lean that way.
I'm with you.
The call at first base stands. The runner's safe. St. John's has one remaining.
Base knock, Bryce Fowler hustling down the line, and now Alabama has him first and second. And here comes the dude, the guy, whatever you want to say, Justin LeBron.
He's just showed up in the big moments all year, finds himself in this spot again.
2 strikeouts today, however. Looking for his first hit after a 3-for-4 night last night at the plate with a couple of RBIs.
He has seen a heavy dose of fastballs today so far. Fell behind 2-0 here. You know, LeBron, he is all over the fastball. Importance here for Nestler to be able to land that breaking ball.
Ground ball. Can they get 2 out of it? LeBron can fly, no chance. They'll eat it at second base. And they'll be at first and third for Alabama.
Oof, that was close
Yes,
to second
yes,
base.
it was.
How about the freshman Jack Nessler just attacking with the 2-0 fastball?
Boy, Justin LeBron is not happy.
Not happy. He knew batting gloves.
It's just,
It's the batting gloves' fault.
here comes George Brown, the St. John's pitching coach, out to the mound.
This message here has a lot to do with LeBron over at first base. This could be a first and third. Make sure everybody's on the same page. You got 2 outs. You got a guy at first base with 40 stolen bags. And also the game plan, when LeBron does steal, you're just going to go ahead and walk Brady Neal and go ahead and attack the righty. And Jason Torres on deck.
So how much do you worry about Neal at first base right here with a freshman on the mound?
Yeah, I would not even think about Justin LeBron. He's 40 of 41. You can do whatever you want. Agresty's great behind the plate with that kind of speed. You don't want to go ahead and slide step to try to cut down something. You want him to be in his flow, make his pitch. And I think that if he takes off, it's going to be no throw to second base.
Brady Neal, team's leading hitter, looks at ball one. You know, one of the lost arts in today's game is the pitch out. You never see it anymore.
Right, never. Those 2 pitches are about as good as pitch outs. They're kind of telling us here early on in this at bat that they don't want much to do with Brady Neal.
There's a strike, 2-1.
Well located. Wonder how much of LeBron staying over at first base is because they got the first baseman holding the runner on, and you got a righty on the mound and leaving him that hole between first and second base.
Well, he gets to second base because the walk to Brady Neal loads him up for the cleanup hitter, Jason Torres.
It's just the first walk in this ball game today.
A huge at-bat in this game right now.
This feels like the moment for Alabama to go ahead and put a stamp on it, take the wind out of the sails for St. John's, and on the flip side, big opportunity for some momentum getting out of this jam.
I think our discussion here, Jack Nessler says he's not ready to hit.
Yeah.
He's like, that's happened twice, I think is what I... Let's see how Nessler responds to that stoppage in play facing the veteran Torres. You got a freshman against a senior right here in a crucial moment.
Man, it's been in these moments all year.
That ball's hit a mile in the air to right. The Rangers have a souvenir, and Alabama has a grand slam. Jason Torres.
Blast. Up in the zone. Work to get above it. He does. 4th grand slam of the year for Alabama. None bigger all year than that one. And you think too, to get a ball out to right field today, it's got to be really hit. They can smell Omaha.
Still 9 outs to get for Alabama.
Think back to the beginning of this inning too. How big was that play, that infield single by Peyton Steele to really start this whole thing up? Then the infield single by Bryce Fowler.
And a walk with 2 outs to John Lim. Oh my goodness. Alabama having some fun in the bullpen. Of course there's a football here.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Why wouldn't there be? And the extra point, as well. There's Kalen DeBoer. Wonder if he brought the football with him. Watching this one. Oh boy, Mike Hampton is livid. And I wonder if this goes back to the stoppage and play we had when Nessler was talking with our home plate umpire, and I'm guessing it was something to do about the clock.
And I think Mike Hampton took exception to the umpire ripping his player like that.
Well, there's a pitching change. We will update it. Electric here at Sewell Thomas. The sophomore, Victor Frederick out of Northport, New York, enters this fray. Big boy, 6'5". He has been a workhorse, 23rd appearance of the year. 41 strikeouts in those 40 2/3, just 13 walks, and he enters this one with 2 outs and a runner on.
Yeah, don't look at those numbers. He's been fantastic in the NCAA tournament. He's the guy that came in that ball game, sealed the deal down in Tallahassee against the Noles. It's a fastball. Big time spin, lower arm slot, hides it well against righties. It's got some jump on it, 90, 93. A lot of swing and miss up there, sweep and slider, change up to lefties.
Now Rob Vaughn being asked to come out of the dugout. Every umpire having a discussion with somebody on the field right now. Was there some sort of celebration that got out of hand? That maybe I really, it's been, we've had a lot of discussions here. We saw Mike Hampton before we went to commercial break. He was livid about something.
I'm sure Mike Hampton was a bit upset about whatever Jack Nessler was upset about.
And I see Rob Vaughn walking up and down the rail of his team right now, and he's doing that. Let's calm that down. Let's be doing those hand things that you would assume is something like, guys, we need to chill in the dugout.
Yep. And you're right. He's walking down, telling him, hey, calm down. Stay in the ball game. Keep our energy toward us.
All right, we're going to talk to. Oh no, we're just the signal. Our home plate umpire Jeff Wright gave it the signal. I was like, are we going to call Rob Vaughn out again? He was just telling Hines, let's get in the batter's box. Yes, let's go. Let's play ball. 5-run lead for the Tide. Eric Hines 0 for 3 today. His average down to 289 for the moment. 2 outs in the inning. John Lim over at first base. First pitch he sees from Victor Frederick. Fouled back out of play. High in the air. That one's going to stay in the infield. And the inning is over, but electric it was. That's because Jason Torres just went yard for the 9th time, and it was a big one.
Absolute blast for the Tide, trying to take the wind out of the sails for the Johnnies. Let's see what they got to say. Bama, up 5.
Zane Adams back on the mound as a 5-run cushion after the grand slam in the top half of the inning. 106 pitches. His season high in pitches this year was 107 back at the end of March.
I think a big reason we see him back out here, the guy at the plate 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts on the day, 7, 8, 9 up, so it's the bottom of the order, although they are 2 for 6 today against Adams.
Adams has gone over 100 pitches 8 times this season. 0-2 on Christian Bernardini.
still spotting up. Bama, they will keep their guys in the back end of that bullpen down there. They'll keep them hot. Any trouble, they're going to get them right away.
Pulled the string, got the strikeout. Three-pitch strikeout to start the bottom of the inning.
Well, we were shocked to see him back out there to start this
Yeah.
inning, but this without question proves right move. Still locked in.
The reason I think I was a little surprised is because the Heiberger, Matthew Heiberger and Hagen Banks combination has been really good for them. Heiberger can eat up and get you 9 outs if you need it.
And there he is.
And Banks is a guy that's clearly a 3-out guy and really effective in that role this year, if you need to go that route. That one is lined out into left center field. Rob Mansour with a base knock. The 8-hole hitter with 2 base hits today, a 2-for-3 afternoon.
Both of them on changeup, short, simple swing back through the middle of the field.
And here is Fitzsimmons, the 9-hole hitter, who has a double and a strikeout today. And Jason Jackson out to the mound with his pitch count at 111. Let's see if they're going to go ahead and go to Heiberger in the bullpen.
They might be fighting for this right here.
He's going to make the change. Smiles from Zane Adams. He goes, way to milk it, coach. Jason Jackson is just pitching coach, been marvelous. Really one of the best developer of arms in the game. And Zane Adams certainly a product of that. Tyler Fay, another product of that we saw last night. But Zane Adams, fantastic. I mean, it's what he's done all year.
It's like his last start here at home. Junior.
8 strikeouts, no walks, and 6 1/3.
Awesome. Career high 111 pitches.
And Matthew Heiberger on the mound, and listen to this ovation. We'll update that change when we come back. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? I would say there's been a little of excitement here at a place they affectionately call the Joe, Sewell Thomas Stadium, as Matthew Heiberger, the junior left-hander from just down the road in Birmingham, Alabama, gets the baseball. He has been a real dude for them. The jack of all trades, if you will.
Yeah, the number 1 option out of the bullpen. 3 of his 5 saves this year have come in the month of May. He's been fantastic, better as the season's gone on. 1.54 ERA in May 3.05 overall. Fastball, slider, changeup.
Comes in with a runner on. Mansour just singled a moment ago. And one out here in the bottom of the 7th, and he gets Dylan Fitzsimmons, the uber-talented freshman for St. John's.
If you're St. John's here, you just want base runners.
Oh, and 2.
Back-to-back fastballs, over 70% usage of fastballs to lefties. Slider's the number 2 pitch. It's got ride when up, a little bit of sink when down.
3 straight lefties for St. John's, starting with Fitzsimmons. Ground ball, back to Heiberger, LeBron, double play. Inning is over.
Everything is going right in Tuscaloosa for the Tide. How about a pitcher's best friend, the lefty, 1-6-3. LeBron with some flair.
Alabama with a 5-run lead. If they win this game today, they would be making their first trip to Omaha since way back in 1999, the first year of this super regional format. To give you an idea how long ago that was. Meanwhile, St. John's hasn't been to the College World Series since 1980. They will try to force a Game 3, which would give them the opportunity to do just that. So a lot at stake for both these teams, obviously, here in the postseason, but Alabama has been up to the challenge when they needed a big play. They've gotten it.
They have. They've been great. All throughout this postseason, the starting pitching, without question, has been the biggest key. And then it's been timely hitting from then on. Big blast with 2 outs. That was their key in the regionals. They showed it off today with the big grand slam, just taking the win and the energy and momentum out of that St. John's dugout.
Brennan Holt to lead things off. 7, 8, 9 for Alabama. Boy, what a job by Heiberger to get the ground ball double play.
Oof.
To get out of that inning.
Yep. 6 outs left offensively.
That one rides up and in. Victor Frederick 2-2 on the year. 3-1 now to Brendan Holt. Alabama 9 for 29 at the plate today. It's a .310 team average. 4 strikeouts. Meanwhile, St. John's 6 for 26. That's a .231 clip. They have 8 strikeouts and no walks.
Now had their leadoff man reach base 4 of 8 innings, and St. John's has yet to have a leadoff man reach base. Coming into this regional, St. John's
We need to pull
17
the
of
teams for Lightning.
26.
Teams pulled for Lightning. Please come off the field.
Well, Lightning is in within 8 miles of Sewell Thomas Stadium here in Tuscaloosa, so that means a minimum of 30 minutes as this storm has been approaching for a while. And there's a look at the radar, and you can see that cell that's hovering just southwest of I-20. At least we're not north of Birmingham. Got that going for us. Well, that'll give us an opportunity to step aside for a moment. We'll go to commercial break. When we come back, listen, you win. You win at home, because if it's not baseball, you get Matt Schick and Mike Rooney. They'll be with you when we come back.